Good morning. It is 9:22 a.m. on Tuesday, February 26th? That's got to be right. Uh 2019. I'm Christiana Ellis and I've gotten up and showered and done that stuff. This is 5 more minutes. Today is the second writing day here at the retreat. This is the same cabin as last year, so it got a nice view. I mean, I'm sitting back away from the railing right now, so it's not going to be as breathtaking for you. Maybe later this week I'll give you the whole panorama, or maybe later this video, depending on if I run out of other things to say. So far, trying to figure out where's the best place to hold it. So far, the writing's been going pretty well. Oh, I'm really washed out. Like, I cannot. Lighting is not ideal. Whatever. Yeah, just like I don't know why it's suddenly exposure is all weird. I don't know. Like, what is this? Why is that happening? I don't know what's going on, man, with this camera. The writing went okay. I feel like it's changing even as I find a good spot where I'm not just washed out and anyway. It was a late night last night. Just everyone was kind of just up late, hanging out. It was a good time. A little bit of an upset stomach because I took a Mucinex, which I don't know why I did that because I know that they mess up my stomach. So like every so often it's been long enough and I take one and say maybe not this time, and then it does, and it's like, oh yeah. But not so bad, just a little bit, like enough for me to say no, let's not do that again. And so feeling better. And so I got some good writing in yesterday, although towards the end of the day I had a little bit of anxiety about it, just because I was starting to recognize that I set up a challenge for myself in some respects, because the setting and the cast of characters in this particular work is very diverse and covers a lot of stuff that is not part of my own personal experience, which just means I have to approach it delicately, right? Like, I want to make sure, even though that this is a fantasy setting, it's not based on any real places, but I'm definitely intending to draw certain parallels. Like, it's not any kind of a one-for-one thing, but it's inherently going to evoke certain issues, like when a major power is occupying the territory of a smaller country for their own strategic benefit without, like, that stuff happens in real life, obviously, and it's not unintentional. That's kind of the story I want to tell. But I do recognize that I have to be careful, because I want to make sure that I'm avoiding any, stereotypes. Because it's certainly not my intention. Like, in this story, I'm on the side of the people being oppressed, not the other way around. But, it can be tricky. And so I had a little bit of anxiety towards the end of yesterday, feeling like, is this story going to be too hard to tell for that reason? Like, with the counter thought being, should I just write something else that would be easier? And, it's kind of a catch-22 in a lot of respects, because I, of course, have a fair amount of privilege in a number of ways, and that means that if I want to tell a story that only represents the viewpoint that I have, that's not a story that I feel like I would want to consume these days, because I'm interested in a more diverse perspectives and everything. And so I don't think it makes sense for me to only write, you know, white women protagonists. Like, I don't think that makes sense. Um, but it does mean that if I want it to be more diverse, it means I do have to be careful to make sure that I am not stepping on toes without, uh, uh, well, perhaps only stepping on the toes that I intend to step on. Yeah. You know, the whole like punching up, not down aspect of it. So, anyway, we'll see how that goes, but I've reconvinced myself that that is the story that I want to work on and that it's, you know, I need to go into it eyes open, head on, acknowledging that this is a risk and being proactive to avoid the dangers. So that's the plan. So in the meantime, I will talk to you all tomorrow for 5 more minutes. One last sneak preview of the view.